Here we go. We've got... Wait a minute. This isn't a match. This is Azarain, who we just heard, and Miles Wildmore? What are they doing? We are not mic'd up right now. We can't hear their conversation. What? Wait, whoa. What? I don't know what that was about. Well, we know Azarain's a little not very, you know, in sound mind. And same for Miles Wildmore. These are two crazies talking amongst one another. Look, Azarain got a little hands-on there for a second, but they're having some kind of conversation. Maybe Azarain was demonstrating something to Miles. I don't know what the conversation is about, but it looks as if... Wait, Azarain is coming down the ambulance. Why were they on top of an ambulance anyway? And it looks like Azarain going for the cone. Wait, he's turned and looking at us. I think he notices we need a cut. We need a cut before he... Cut before he... Oh, God. Uh-oh. I think he's going to come for us. Oh, he's coming for us. Cut away.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 359 pounds, AJ Jacobs and Punk A. High Energy. And their opponents, first from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 236 pounds, Cole! from Charlotte, North Carolina, Diego Buddy.
All right, kicking us off here tonight. Oh my God, I can't even English. Super kick right to the face of Crow as soon as the bell rang here in the first match of the night. We've already heard from Azarain, who had a lot of hoopla hoo to tell us all about. And then we saw him conversing backstage with Miles Wildmore on top of an ambulance of all things. Why? Never mind, not going to question it. Why would they be standing on, why couldn't they just stand on the ground like two normal people, human beings? They had to stand on top of an ambulance to have a conversation. Seriously? Well, whatever. Like I said, not going to question it. Oh, look, CS is in the house tonight as well. Maybe we'll see Agent CS in action tonight as we have AJ diving over Puppy there. Team best friends. As we know, Puppy coming out with the Young Lions Championship around his waist, his first title belt here in CPW, winning it off of Spike Ryan. And a new generation of Young Lions has emerged as Puppy is our current reigning champion in that division. All four of these participants engaged in that Young Lions title division, by the way. Obviously, Puppy and AJ Jacobs, close friends. They can be allies. They can be enemies when they need to be challenge each other to be the best that they can in the Young Lions division. But tonight they are teaming up like they often do here against a very unlikely team of Crow and Discobnny. And if you were here on last Tuesday's show, you'll remember there was an 8-person elimination match to crown a new #1 contender for Puppy's Young Lions Championship. Hold that thought for a moment. Here we go. Best friends off the top rope. Oh, look at that teamwork there from Puppy and AJ Jacobs, soaring through the air on top of Crow. And we know that Crow was actually involved in that match last Tuesday, that 8-person elimination match to see who would challenge Puppy for his Young Lions Championship. It ended up actually being Discobnny who won out of everybody last Tuesday in our opening contest. So we have that set for next Tuesday at Entanglement. It will be Puppy defending his Young Lions title against Discobnny one-on-one. She earned that right on last Tuesday's show. Crow was also involved in that match as well. So I'm interested to see how Crow and Discobnny are going to work together here as a tag team, knowing that Crow didn't win that match, but Discobnny did. Obviously, we don't have to question the teamwork of AJ and Puppy as they are, as the team implies, best friends. As Discobnny tagged in for the first time, and this will be the match we see next Tuesday on pay-per-view, or PLE if you wish, for the Young Lions Championship. Discobnny versus Puppy. Here to start us off. Discobnny going up top here, going to go high risk early on in the match and a big time splash, but well, I don't know what the heck Puppy just did there. He slipped on a banana peel and fell down, I guess. But yeah, welcome everybody for being here tonight. I see some regular faces. I see some faces I haven't seen in a while. Good to see everybody. Thank you for the support. Again, if you're just joining us, recently I've been being view botted lately, so the numbers are not legit. It's basically out of my control. If you look at Twitch TOS, they just say just continue streaming and act like normal and don't panic. Just keep doing what you're doing, and you know, it's out of anyone's control. Whoever's doing it is just doing it, whether it be for nefarious purposes or otherwise. Whoa! And there's a 666 biddy drop there from Zach, the Helldiver. Thank you so much for the 666 biddies, as that's got to be Chain, my son Chain, the international champion Chain, will be featured on tonight's show as well, actually. As look at Puppy here, taking out Crow and Discobnny, laying them all out here in our opening contest. This 2-on-2 match, Crow posing to the crowd, but gets kicked in the back of the head. And here's Puppy back on the offense, taking them both out on their side of the ring. We're up to a 5 count on the outside of the ring. And Puppy, after dealing with Crow, is back inside the ring now. Oh, and he is the legal participant. I completely missed that. Oh, and Discobnny gets popped in the side of the head. Crow needs to get back in the ring in 2 seconds, so this match is over before it can even begin. Okay, he does, and Puppy makes a tag to AJ Jacobs. And a high knee to the side of AJ's face, catching him. And here comes Crow now. Look at this sleeper. He's got the sleeper locked in, wraps the legs around. Grapevine into AJ Jacobs, trying to put him to sleep here, but he's not going to do it. Puppy comes in to make the save for his partner, and there's a nice little roll up there. And Discobnny's still out on the outside, nowhere to be seen, but it doesn't matter. Crow's going to kick out, come back with a Meteora onto AJ Jacobs. Already a very chaotic 2-on-2 tag match to start us off tonight. And here's a lateral press from Crow onto AJ Jacobs, looking to end it here, but no, a kick out at 2. Again, our big event for the month of February will be next Tuesday. It's called Entanglement. The full card for that show will be posted on Discord after tonight's show. We've got tonight is going to be very story heavy and resulting in what we're going to see next Tuesday. So got some pretty big things lined up for tonight. Here comes Discobnny once again. Puppy with the double heel takedown and pops her in the face a few times. Puppy now up and over. Discobnny reversing the suplex attempt. And there she goes with a kick, but Puppy caught it. And an Irish whip across the ring. Catches her back body drop. Discobnny not having ever won a title here in CPW yet. Next Tuesday could be her opportunity. If she can take the belt away from Puppy, she could be a first-time champion here in CPW as Young Lions champion. We'll see what happens. Discobnny once again to the top with the big splash that she missed the first time. Connects on the second attempt. Thank you, Hype. Oh, and there's the big finishing maneuver by Discobnny, posing to the camera, and AJ Jacobs kicks her in the face. That's a meme gif if I've ever seen one. And Discobnny, well, trying to drop the double arms, but it is dodged, and she is sent back into the opposing corner. And now we're going to get some teamwork from Discobnny and Crow now. And she's going to get lawn darted across the ring onto Puppy, which takes him off his feet. And now Crow telling Puppy to get to his feet. Off the ropes with a springboard into the high knee. And Puppy's going to make a leaping tag to bring in the fresh AJ Jacobs. And he connects with a jawbreaker. 3.5 match star rating so far to start us off tonight. Leapfrog over, duck under. And AJ Jacobs getting slipped around with the go behind by Crow, and he misses the back elbow. AJ Jacobs, nice springboard tornado DDT. What a great set right there. And Crow immediately goads him into a roll-up. A sneaky pin out of nowhere, but not going to get anywhere with that. And again, another Meteora catches AJ Jacobs, but he kips right back up to his feet. And on that sleeper hold again by Crow. He loves that sleeper hold. He's got it cinched in tight, and it looks like Puppy may come in, and does, making the save for his friend and partner. And he gets clotheslined for good effort. Man, Puppy is directing the show on this match tonight. AJ Jacobs catching the attempt and rolls him up. Doesn't get anywhere on that one. And AJ backing off into the ropes, and a shining wizard kicking Crow in the side of the face. And more kicks to the face. I'm surprised he's not busted open by now. And a whip into the top left corner. As usual, if anyone's curious about seeing what the status of CPW is, the roster, champions, title histories, and of course, playlist of every single show, CPW show from show number 1. You can always go to !CPW on our website. Check it out. We've got current champions, title histories, and again, we've got a theme playlist of everybody's theme song. As a YouTube playlist, we've got every single CPW show from the very beginning. As a YouTube playlist, you can always check that out. !CPW for more information about the show every Tuesday night. Oh, a nice combination from Crow, taking Puppy clear off his feet. And a tag made Discobnny back in. Yeah, sorry to hear about your save file being ruined there on 2K25. I've heard from people that if you decide to press no on updating your game, it will automatically corrupt all of your save data. So anytime there's an update, you always have to press yes or you lose everything. That's what I've heard. So I've always made sure to press yes, but we all know how 2K games can be here in our track record here on this channel in the past. And Discobnny trying to go for something. Puppy with the double knees up and hits her with the lariat. And she's right back up to her feet, and a Hurricane Rana by our Young Lions #1 contender. Another tag made. And now Puppy stiffs him in. Here comes that front pile driver. That face buster by Puppy that he likes to use, sending him into the corner. And another tag made from the more experienced team. Double super kick by the best friends, and Crow rolls clear out of the ring to create some separation. And Crow shooting at half, rolling AJ over, drops him with a knee drop to the face, and back into the ring we go. 4-star matchup now here in our opening contest. Here comes, oh, there goes Crow up and over the top rope with a huge dive. A huge senton dive to the outside, and it nails AJ Jacobs right on the dot. Big high-risk maneuver there, and AJ getting thrown face first to the steel ring post. And once again, we're up to danger zone counts here, up to a 5 count. Up to a 6 now. AJ Jacobs has got to answer the call. Taking it slow, gingerly getting back into the ring, and Crow purposely taunting next to the Young Lions champion, and he pays for it with a drop kick into a pin, and he kicks out. And here comes AJ Jacobs for the first time in the match. His patented vertebraker. And it connects. Let's see if Discobnny, well, yeah, she's already in before I can even finish the sentence. Saving the match for her team. And now AJ going to the middle ring rope. Going for a splash and connects. Makes a tag to our Young Lions champion. Let's see if he can wrap things up here, or will something else go down? I look like Puppy maybe wanting to go for the Spanish fly off the rope, but Crow saw it coming, and now he's going to capitalize here. Oh, double knees to the smiling face of Puppy, and there's the lateral press. 1, 2, and Puppy's going to raise a shoulder up before the 3, double stomp, and then goes straight back to the cover again. Onto the champion, and another kick out. Puppy showing some very strong resolve here as the new Young Lions champion. Oh, and he gets completely decked out of the ring by Discobnny, who then turns her attention over to AJ Jacobs. And again, stun guns him out of the ring. And now we're back in the ring. Here are the bunny kicks. Disco Bunny hitting the bunny kicks onto Puppy, but well, she's still in control here. Duck under. Leapfrog. Outside crescent kick off the rebound. Now hooks the leg on Puppy. AJ Jacobs still down on the outside. And it doesn't matter. Puppy kicks out anyway. And a whip into the corner next to Crow. Puppy interjects that game plan. This is a premier battle here in our Young Lions division. Uh-oh, here comes that handspring cutter out of nowhere and connects right on the button. And now Disco Bunny getting caught out of nowhere by one of Puppy's finishers, but look at that, Disco Bunny powering out. Is this the kind of match we're going to see next Tuesday at Entanglement one-on-one for the Young Lions Championship? Disco Bunny and Puppy just kicking out of each other's finishers. Hopefully it will be a great match. We shall see. You never know with the RNG gods dictating everything. Nice up and over snapmare whippersnapper by Disco Bunny, and here comes AJ to make the save. And we have officially got ourselves a 5-star match here to start off tonight's event. On a night where some huge exciting news are coming around the corner in the video game world here at Croakitoad. We've got the brand new WWE 2K26 less than a month away. We've got Resident Evil 9 next week. Oh my God. It's going to start getting popping around here real quick. And Puppy slow to his feet, and there's that sleeper hold again by Crow, and he's going to cinch it in on his side of the ring. Good positioning there, and look at that. Crow has just forced Puppy to tap out, choking him out, and Disco Bunny has a smile on her face, leading into her title match next Tuesday, thanks to help from Crow. They get the, oh, little close for comfort there. Disco Bunny and Crow celebrating after the match. Interesting.
Gigi.
All right, everyone.
It's about time that I came out here and had a few words. These past few weeks, I've heard everyone talk about me and what they want to do and how they want to derail my trip, my ticket to the big one against Cassidy Ryan for the World Heavyweight Championship. Just because why? Because I just came out of nowhere and didn't deserve it? Because why? God forbid I'm a female? Because why? God forbid I wasn't the chosen one to win the Croakitoad Pro Rumble match? Well, guess what? I did, and I proved all the critics wrong. That yes, not only I can win the entire match and go through 29 other entrants to win the entire thing, but not only a former women's champion that survived 1 whole hour inside a Hell in a Cell match, the 2025 Croakitoad Pro Wrestling Match of the Year, by the way, against Ashterial, that I could come back out of nowhere, rise from the ashes.
Don't you have to be stupid somewhere else?
Yes, I think Chain has to be stupid somewhere else. Rising like a phoenix through the ashes to come back and win the Rumble match and headline and main event, the big one, our WrestleMania, against Cassidy Ryan for the World Heavyweight Championship. What's done is done and that can't be taken away, so I'm sorry to Raji, I'm sorry to Thaddius, I'm sorry to Domino, I'm sorry to Ashterial, I'm sorry to Tad Peters of the Dead Zone, and I'm sorry to anyone else out there that thought that they were gonna walk in and blitz through and win the entire thing. It didn't happen that way. And so now, sorry about that, my microphone cut out on me. Anyways, back to what I was saying, I wouldn't be surprised one bit that if maybe Thaddius and Eric Bischoff cut my microphone backstage, or maybe it was Azarane because we saw him talking to Miles back there at the start of the show. Either way, I just wanted to come out here and reinforce the fact that I am the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight title, and it doesn't matter what happens next Tuesday at Entanglement or any other time leading up to the big one, because I am featured in the main event and I will get the title shot. So there's nothing none of you can do about it. So, I just wanted to come out here and tell you all that, alright?
Welcome.
This is your first chance to try to see if you can find Jimmy Zaz this week. By the way, thank you, Necro, for the resub. Appreciate that.
Appreciate you, buddy. We'll be seeing you in a few weeks. Oh, yeah, thank you for the disable on that, too. Completely forgot. But yeah, thank you, Necro, for the resub on that. All right, this is your first time to see if you can find Jimmy Zaz this week. It's a little bit different this time. Can you find Jimmy Zaz this week as we head into our next match? It is a Super Bowl version of Where's Jimmy Zaz this week? Can you find him?
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Cherry Hill, New Jersey, weighing in at 214 pounds, Croakitoad. And his opponent from San Diego, California, weighing in at 266 pounds, the International Champion, Kane.
Okay, here we go. Second match of the night. We've got Shadow Chrono, the former international champion, here against Chain, our current reigning international champion. Remember, a few weeks ago, it was Chain who finally cashed in his briefcase onto Shadow Chrono to win the international title belt. That's why he has it around his waist again. After Shadow Chrono went through a whole lengthy, long match against Azarain and successfully defended his belt, Chain just came out here and just cashed in right after the end of it. And just came right out here and just basically took the belt. So this is Chrono's chance to get a little bit of revenge and some redemption after what happened to him. No doubt Chain did this under the tutelage of one Paul Bearer, his manager. Told him that that was the perfect time to come out here and strike and finally cash in that briefcase. As it was getting about 2 months away from the expiration date, we were starting to question if he was ever going to cash it in, and he finally did. Ooh, look at this nice Dragon Sleeper there from Chrono. Had Chain all cinched in. as of right now, we don't really have a match planned for next Tuesday on the event for the international title, but I would say if Chrono can actually pick up a win here tonight over Chain, he might get his rematch clause next Tuesday on pay-per-view in a rematch for the international title belt. It could very well happen. I mean, you would think that he's already guaranteed a rematch anyways because he's the previous champion and he hasn't gotten his shot anyway, but if he can beat Chain here tonight, I think that pretty much settles it for sure. We'll see if Chrono can get the job done tonight and really showcase that he can beat Chain and get his rematch for the international championship. Very good question. We see the absence of one Paul Bearer tonight. He's not out here with his main man, Chain, tonight. Makes you wonder if he's going to make a presence in this match at some point. Chrono trying to go for a middle rope DDT, but completely missed, slipped off of Chain's head, and now Chain going up top, but decides against it. The definite high flying and super speed of one Shadow Chrono taking on Chain. He's already dressed and ready for TwitchCon 2026. I mean, he's always ready for TwitchCon, I guess. And Chrono gets dropped face first over the top turnbuckle pad. I see Zozokin's also in the house again in the back. Last time we saw Zozokin, he was the official lawyer, the official attorney of one Thaddius and his corporate stable here in CPW. The head attorney, the head lawyer for CPW. Could we be seeing Zozokin return back in action again? Or is he too busy settling disputes out of and in of court for the corporation? And Chain getting locked up here, and he's going to get hooked up here with some three amigos on the outside of the ring. Little homage to Eddie Guerrero on the outside of the ring. And now both participants are going to get back into the ring. Chain catches them, and here comes the playmaker out of nowhere. He caught Chrono right as soon as he came back into the ring and drops him 1-2. Not enough to put him away. But these two have slowly started to get to know each other very well. We see them in the ring a lot these days when it pertains to that international title belt. And no, a female has never won the international title. But you can also check that out by heading to the CPW website. All that information is recorded and posted online for anyone to see. I'm very much a stickler when it comes to historical data, and I always keep that thing updated for sure. Top rope elbow drop by Chain. Ooh, yeah! The Macho Man, really happy to see that one here in our second match tonight. Chrono dipping out of the ring again for a second time. And oh, it looked like Chain was... Oh, he's still going to go for high risk. Look at that. Spins around and lands on top of Chrono. And now we're out here into the toxic fields at ringside here at Tuesday Night Toxic. On a night where we're less than a month away from the brand new 2K26, where everybody will get recreated all over again from scratch. Everybody will get that fresh coat of paint for a whole new year of CPW action. New arenas, new title belts, new modes, new hardcore weapons, new match types. It's gonna get amazing. And Chrono might get trolled out of a loss here tonight. Chain just threw him across the ring and said, ha ha, I'm gonna win by countout. And look at this. Oh my God, he's taunting Chrono. Look at that. No, and Chain wins without the assist from Paul Bearer. And Chain will pick up the win tonight by countout. I can't believe it. That is so bad. And he's celebrating like he did something here, winning by countout. Wow. Well, there you go. Makes you think if Chrono can still get a claim to a rematch for the title belt. I mean, this wasn't a really clear, concise victory here tonight. Anytime you get countouts, it never is for sure. So we'll have to see if Eric Bischoff and Thaddius decides to let them go at it next Tuesday for the belt or not.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from London, England, weighing in at 252 pounds, North Green Phillips. And his opponent, representing the Acolytes from Cardiff, Wales, weighing in at 343 pounds, one half of the World Tag Team Champions, Welch the Monster.
All right, here we go. We've got a continuation of what is slowly becoming a rivalry here between our World Tag Team Champions, the Welsh Mosher and Anubis Khan, taking on the Bag Army. You can call them the Bag Army. You can call them the Rock Hard Infantrymen. You can call them Meat Mountain, whatever you want to call them. They're under the guidance of one Rock Hard Meat, aka Badass Games, and they've all come together. That's a bad choice of words considering we're talking about meat. But North Greenfield alongside Kadaj Valentine, also known as Padge, working together alongside Rock Hard Meat to try to become the newest trio here in CPW and get something going here in the tag team ranks. Since it seems as though our former reigning champions, Nathan Moore and Rogue, definitely have their hands full right now with Tad Peters and his dolls, I guess you could say. The only other team out there that's kind of lingering and waiting for their shot right now to get a rematch for the tag belts are Morzel and Mr. Cantot, who every time they're featured, they actually end up getting a squeaky clean victory. And I think they actually have a win over North Greenfield and Kadaj Valentine, in fact. So I'm not sure what's stopping management from giving Morzel and Mr. Cantot another run and another opportunity for the tag belts, but it just hasn't happened yet. But here tonight, looks like we're going to get some singles action as it pertains to the tag division right now in CPW. Of course, we know the Welsh Mosher came in at 1 and 2 alongside his tag team partner Anubis Khan in this year's Royal Rumble match. And the Welsh Mosher ended up looking like Kane out there, almost surviving to the last 6 or 7 entrants in the entire 30-person Rumble match. It was very impressive, and I thought for a second that he's going to go the distance and go the entire way. But he was inevitably dunked out of the ring. And there's Mosher using his size, his weight to plow through North Greenfield, one of the biggest boys in all of CPW. And here you see the Rams headbutt. Takes North Greenfield clear off his feet. And Mosher, not enough damage yet done, but he does have a finisher locked in here on North Greenfield. Uh-oh, what's this? Oh, he tried to wind it up. And there we go. Looks like North Greenfield has finally punctured through the overshield of the big boy Welsh Mosher and now attacking his mask. And now he's starting to get some damage done here after getting through it. Oh, look at the strength of North Greenfield. Oh, how did he do that? That is a big old Welshman right there that he just dropped on the top of his head with a Rikishi driver. The referee slapping Welsh Mosher in the face, which woke him up before the 3 count. I'm also noticing a lack of anybody at ringside, by the way. I don't see any Kadaj Valentine. I don't see Anubis Khan. Just straight up mano a mano tonight here in our 3rd matchup. Ooh, a kick to the hamstring, the left hamstring of North Greenfield. And here comes Welsh. What is he doing? He is posing to the, oh. I didn't know what was coming, but I knew it was going to be bad. And a big knee to the side of the face while North Greenfield's popped up in the corner. And now we got a fight escalating on the outside. And North getting his face dropped onto the apron. Looks like momentum has shifted over into the big boys' territory. I'm still kind of in shock that Shane would just troll his way to a win over Chrono in our last match by countout. And he was actually proud and happy about it by posing right as a 10 count. I don't know if that warrants enough to put Chrono in the history when it comes to the title belt. I could almost see an even bigger claim to give Chrono a rematch for the title next Tuesday. Oh my God, look at Welsh Mosher just clawing the face of North Greenfield. Momentum has certainly shifted, and looks like, well, right as I say that, I jinxed it. North Greenfield coming back, slipping over the shoulder. And now he's going to try to do a little bit of ground and pound here on the big boy. There's a reason why they are called the Titans, the 2 of them. Unstoppable mythical beasts here in the land of CPW. There's a reason why they are 2-time tag team champions. Very hard to beat. It's not impossible to beat them, but it's very hard. And North Greenfield stomped to the back of the head. And spins him around. Look at North Greenfield. Nice sleeper suplex. Sleeper slam into the cover. Would it be enough? The referee, very slow count there. What the heck was that about? Not sure what the referee was thinking. Very slow count. And here comes North Greenfield. Oh, knee face buster. Comes through the full Nelson into the knee face buster and knocks Mosher out momentarily. And the referee, very slow count here. What is happening? And despite that, North Greenfield getting a win clean over one half of the tag champions. And that can only help credit them, considering Rock Hard Meat won last Tuesday. And now North Greenfield wins here tonight.
Now you're probably used to me coming out here and just letting my hands and my weapons do the talking, and that's how I prefer it. So don't get it twisted. You don't usually see me coming out here with a microphone or having much to say, because like I said, I just let things happen inside the ring. But I feel like it's time to let a little bit of my mind go out into this beautiful, lovely, normal world. You see, where I come from, they call it a nightmare. And everyone has one. Everyone inevitably wakes up from it. But sometimes if I don't like you and I don't like you good enough, you won't wake up. And that's where I keep you. Kind of like Vecna and Stranger Things. Only they kind of ripped off from me, Freddy Krueger. My father, of course. Non-canonically, of course. But besides all that, Psycho T is the new ruler of the nightmare world. And especially here at CPW. A land where everyone falls asleep. And I'm looking at you, Lady Lavin. Not that I'm pointing you out for any other reason other than the fact that you do like to be very sleepy all the time. I see you more often than anybody else on the roster. But I'm getting off track here. The reason I came out here is because it seems as though after my loss to Shadow Chrono last Tuesday, and yes, it was just a meaningless loss. It was just a match against two competitors. It seems like maybe I'm thinking that I might... How can I put this? Let me just say that I've relied on weapons and I've relied on my claws so much that maybe it has actually handicapped me in normal matches. See, last Tuesday was in fact billed as an Extreme Rules Hardcore match, a match that I should be excellent in. A match that I should be perfect at, and yet I found myself with an L against Chrono. And that's no discredit against him. He was the better man, good for him. And it's a travesty what happened to him 2 matches ago against Chain, by the way. I'm thinking, and the point of this is that perhaps, with the rumors spiraling around, that perhaps my time in the hardcore division deservedly needs a little bit of a vacation, and perhaps I set my sight on to other opportunities here in the land of CPW. And boy, there are certainly opportunities if you set your mind to it and you really dedicate yourself to reaching up and grabbing it. And I think that's what I'm going to do. So I just wanted to put the entire world of CPW, this great, big, beautiful world, here in the right side up on notice. That whatever title division or person I target in the coming future, and let me just reiterate this with a little bit of power that I can show to you that I have amidst my fingertips. Now we're cooking with gas. Anyone out there, whoever it may be, I'm on the hunt, and I'll be revealing it soon, whoever it may be. So Jess Moxie, enjoy your time as hardcore champion. You deserve it. For now, you can call yourself the champ, and you have other opponents to attend to. For me, I think I might be setting my sights elsewhere, and it may surprise you all where this nightmare may end up. Maybe in one of your laps. And soon, I'll be telling you, fill in the blank, welcome to my nightmare. Or should I say, welcome to prime time, bitch.
I'll take this then.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring, representing the unholy union from another time, Eli Sands. And her opponent, representing Vicious and Delicious, from Erie, Pennsylvania, Lady Lauren!
All right, here we go. One-on-one match, fourth match of the night. A pure women's contest between the aforementioned Lady Lavin, who Psycho T name dropped for being one of the sleepiest people he sees in the nightmare world. It almost sounded like from his tone of voice that he was tired of seeing her show up. Like, can you just stop sleeping so much? I'd like to have a little bit of variety here in my nightmare world. But nevertheless, in action tonight against Alessandra, the right hand fell demon of one Azarain, who we saw backstage at the start of the show, talking to Miles Wildmore standing on top of an ambulance, of all places. I guess that's their meeting spot. You want to have a perfectly normal conversation between two crazy maniacs here at Croakitoad Pro Wrestling? I'll meet you on top of the ambulance. Let's have a discussion. One can only wonder what exactly they were talking about because we weren't mic'd up. We couldn't hear what the conversation was, but Azarain spotted us, and I hope the cameraman got out safely because it looked like Azarain was about to chase after him. But I feel like plans are afoot between those two. We certainly have an on-again, off-again relationship. But the compatriot of Azarain in action, singles action here against Lady Lavin, who is usually the manager and the third party of the whole Morsel and Mr. Cantot connection, the former World Tag Team Champions, the dubbed self-proclaimed sexiest superstars in all of CPW, Mr. Cantot, the sexiest man in all of Croakitoad Pro Wrestling, and of course Morsel, the sexual stallion. Who again probably are chomping at the bit to get another rematch for the World Tag Team titles, but now that North Greenfield picks up a win over Welsh Mosher tonight, and then Rock Hard Meat picked up a win over Anubis Khan last Tuesday, the tag team ranks are looking a little weird right now. And that's, oh, Lady Lavin diving out of the ring on top of Alessandra. Suicide dive to the outside, connects. Alessandra throws her out of the other side of the ringside area. Basically no-selling it. Back into the ring now.
Cowabunga!
I agree, Sandy Cheeks. Maybe we'll get Sandy Cheeks coming to CPW. Off the ropes. Duck under. Nothing on that one. Lady Lavin wins out. Toe kick. Nice. Angel's wings. A little bit of Christopher Daniels right there. Now Lady Lavin set for a finisher. Alessandra caught the leg. Or should I say caught the bunny slipper. Ooh, she tried to go for a chop block. Alessandra scouted that one too. Now rolls her over into a lateral press. And only gets a 1. And whip into the corner. Alessandra firing back. Getting the momentum back on her side here, and a leaping leg drop onto Lady Lavin while she's down Alessandra posing, can't really see it because the referee's big head is in the way. Up on the shoulders now. Whoa, Lady Lavin was levitating. Lady Lavin was levitating in the air. Did you see that? What the heck? And a kick out. It stunned us all. It shocked us all. Lady Lavin was literally levitating for a second in midair. But that parlor trick didn't go very long as Alessandra's back in control again. Looking, well, ooh, getting bopped off the ring apron. Nice suplex on the outside here in our toxic fields here at ringside. Standard rules do apply in this matchup. And Lavin throwing Alessandra back into the ring. Uh-oh. Lady Lavin now going to the top. What's she going for? This is quite the distance here. Can she... decides against it. Catches Alessandra. What's this? What the heck? Oh! Almost a vertebraker into a facebuster. A Verta facebuster. 1, 2, 3, and gets it. Lady Lavin pick up the win here in singles action over Alessandra in one-on-one ladies competition. And there you go. She can go backstage and go back to sleep. Wait. I just thought of something. Is Lady Lavin basically our Snorlax? How did I not put two and two together?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Non-Stop Honor Championship. Introducing the challenger. From Los Angeles, California, Pokket. From Indianapolis, Indiana, weighing in at 253 pounds, the non-stop honor champion, the Necromancer.
Well, it's time once again, every Tuesday night, to put the Kappa title back on the line again. This time, Necro goes head-to-head here with Pokket, getting her first opportunity for a title here in CPW, much less the Kappa Championship. We'll see how this one goes. Of course, Necro defeated Mike Metal last Tuesday to retain the belt. And he is on a nice little run so far since winning the belt away from my dear friend, my dear close friend, Billy Hartgrove. Talk about a Billy Hart break. But Necro once again putting his Kappa title on the line here. We'll see if he can capitalize and keep that run going as our current CPW Kappa champion, taking on one of the ladies from the ladies roster, Pocket's relative newcomer to the land of CPW. Getting a big opportunity here. Quick roll from Necro. And Pocket's going to fire back with another cover, but doesn't get anywhere on that one. A little bit of chain wrestling to start off this week's Kappa title match, as he backs her into the corner. And a nice side Russian leg sweep from Pokket, taking Necro down to the mat. And up and over. Was this sliced bread? No. Oh, Necro caught her in midair. Hits her with a power slam. Oh, and I couldn't see exactly what that was, but Pokket with a high boot or something catches Necro, but he's right back on the attack. And what is he going to do here? Oh, just slams Pocket's face into the mat. The resident CPW Necromancer. Oh, a backstabber. Way out of nowhere. And there's Necro with the ankle pick. And he's back in control again, dropping the forearm over the bridge of the nose. Shocking developments so far tonight. Azarain and Miles Wildmore in cahoots, apparently. Psycho T announcing his possible departure from the hardcore division. Where's he going to end up next? That's a scary thought. We've seen Chain troll Chrono to a win here tonight via countout. North Greenfield getting an impressive win over one half of the tag champs. And a possible Discobnny and Crow alliance there in the Young Lions division. Already lots of stories coming out of tonight's show. We'll see if this one's another one. If Pokket can... Oh, look at that. Ooh, nice balance. Pokket standing on the quad of Necro, hitting a Shining Wizard, going straight into the cover. Is it enough? No. Champion raises a shoulder up. We're only about halfway through our show right now. Still got more to go here at CPW. Next Tuesday, live on Tuesday, will be Entanglement. Right in the midst of Resident Evil 9 week here at Croakitoad next week. Looking forward to it. Less than a month away from the new season. Well, the new WWE 2K26, less than a month away. Ooh, drop toe hold from Pokket off the rebound. As she backs up into the corner. What's this? Oh. Tried to go over a big stomper to the back of the head, but didn't get any of that. Necro wisely dodging that predicament and peels her away from the ring ropes. Bop to the back of the head and sends her off the ropes. Nice move there. And a power slam, but Pokket comes back with that, I believe it's a knee again. hitting the mark 2 times so far in the match. And a whip across the ring into the ropes. Comes back. Nice arm drag. Necro fighting out of this encounter and a stiff boot to the side of the face. Necro pulling Pokket away from the ropes and rolls her over. Oh, looking for a knee to the forehead or somewhere, but Pokket rolls out of the way and the momentum has shifted. And a hard thigh to the side of the face. Here comes Pokket throwing Necro into the corner. Looking pretty good here in this Kappa title match. Necro reverses out of it and drops her right on her head. Reversing with a DDT. Pokket now backing up into the corner. And Necro taunting her. Oh, that's a bad time to do that. He was wide open, but maybe he just goaded her into a false sense of security as he slips out and hits a DDT. And now again, wisely pulling her away from the ring ropes, not to get a rope break. But she's back to her feet anyway. Firing back. There's the go behind into a German suplex. And Necro was getting taken along for a ride, but now he's back and hits that big mafia kick to the side of the head again. That big Chono kick, but only a 1 count. Uh-oh. He's got her up. Oh, and there's that spiking suplex. It's almost like a DDT suplex. Just drills her right into her own head, but she somehow kicks out. And I'm hearing Necro has got another patented finishing maneuver that he has yet to reveal. We haven't seen it so far in the match, but that is definitely one of the moves that he's known for right there to finish his matches. I feel like he's got something else waiting deep in his Necro maniac cloaks that he's waiting to reveal to all of us here. Some kind of special move that will certainly put his opponents down for the count. Haven't seen it quite yet. Maybe we'll see it in this match. But for now, Pokket still alive in this thing. Kappa title hanging in the balance. As she sends Necro over to the other side of the ring. And scoops him up. Looking to maybe go to the middle rope. Oh, nice close-up shot of Pokket. Gonna try to go for... Oh, nice. Big leg lariat there. And going to the other corner. Telling Necro to get to his... Oh, here comes that... Oh, double stomper to the back of the head of Necro. And Pokket immediately goes into the cover after the 1-2 combo. 1-2... No! Oh, my God! Pokket just did it. Pokket has just defeated Necro tonight and is the new Kappa champion. I can't believe it. Wow. Winning her first title here at CPW.
GG.
And the reign of Necro has been dethroned. But will he be back next Tuesday to get that title belt back? We'll have to find out. But for now, Pokket gets to celebrate tonight as the new Kappa champion for the first time ever.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Little Rock, Arkansas, weighing in at 344 pounds, Jeremy Moore.
Say what? Oh yeah! Oh my God! Yeah! Go, go, go! Yeah!
And his opponent, weighing in at 1 pound, the Witch Doctor, Bob!
All right, we've got ourselves a continued follow-up of this ongoing rivalry between the Big Biscuit Raji and Wizard Boz. After Wizard Boz eliminated him from the Rumble match several weeks ago, Raji is taking it personal. We saw last Tuesday in that Big Biscuit challenge, Raji easily dominated Wizard Boz and chunked him out of the ring. But tonight we get a singles match, one-on-one. There are no over-the-top rope rules. This is just pinfall submissions. But we see an extra caveat in this match, and that's the fact that we have two rivalries in one here right now before our very eyes. As you see, the elephant in the room is the fact that Mr. Coke and Spike Ryan are outside of the ring, who are engaged in their own little personal tiff-taff right now, while Wizard Boz and Raji are the main spotlight inside the ring. How is this going to pan out? It's not to say that Mr. Coke and Raji are allies by any stretch of the imagination, and the same thing for Wizard Boz and Spike Ryan. It just happens to be that there's two rivalries smack dab into this one segment here tonight at CPW. And we shall see what transpires from this when we have that kind of noise happening inside and outside of the ring. Obviously, the size and the strength advantage is going to go to Raji, who has, for the most part, dominated the early parts of this match so far, but it's still definitely very early. And Oh, we see Mr. Coke getting a little hands-on here with the turnbuckle pad. You know, maybe he's got a little bit of a personal investment with Raji. I mean, the two do have kind of the same color scheme. I mean, I could see them both being fans of Coke. I'm not going to say what kind of Coke. We'll just say Coca-Cola. Maybe Raji enjoys the Coke products of Mr. Coke, of Coca-Cola, obviously. Maybe he's a client of Mr. Coke's. Perhaps. Who knows? And then on the other side, you have Spike Ryan with Wizard Boz, and they also have kind of matching color schemes. What is going on here? Am I piecing this together? I doubt it. It's probably just one big coincidence that the two in the ring are feuding and the two outside of the ring are feuding. I'm just wondering what's going to happen here, because with Mr. Coke and Spike Ryan this close to each other, something's going to have to break down eventually. And we are on the outside of the ring. Raji needs to get back in here as Wizard Boz takes another turnbuckle pad off the corner there. And Raji's got him up. Uh-oh, he's going to use his own. Oh, he used his own plan against him. And what is this? Wizard Boz ducking under the clothesline, and a double down from Wizard Boz and Raji in the middle of the ring. And the referee, oh no, what is this? Uh-oh. Oh, look at this. Spike Ryan and Coke getting in each other's faces. And what the Coke trip on a banana peel? What the referee is saying? Oh, the referee has just ejected Mr. Coke and Spike Ryan. And they're both out of here. The referee has had enough. They got into the ring, and whoa! And Wizard Boz gets caught with the pounce from Raji, the former college football player from Arkansas. But the referee had her back turned, adjusting Wizard Boz's turnbuckle pad, and that gives Boz some time to recover. But wow, the referee dropping the hammer down on Mr. Coke and Spike Ryan and saying, "Get your shenanigans out of here. I'm trying to referee this match." I feel like it was about to break down into a four-way match or something. It was bound to happen, but Mr. Coke and Spike Ryan are out of here. They were in each other's faces, and it was about to get hostile. I don't know. Was that a good call from the referee to send him out of here so she could focus on this rivalry one at a time? I don't know. It was the referee's call, and she made it. But at least it lets us focus on Boz versus Raji here. Can Boz get a little bit of revenge after what happened to him when he got splattered last Tuesday? Or will Raji power his way to another victory tonight as he takes out his elimination from the Croaky Cabaret match all out on Wizard Boz, who eliminated him from that match? And this one's odd. Oh my God. The big biscuit. Oh my God. Boz is going to need a back adjustment after that. Elbow drop to the lower spine, but somehow he kicks out. And Boz fires back with a lariat, taking Raji down to his feet, or off his feet. Oh, Boz with one of the tonics, poisons, reagents, antigens, whatever you want to call it, virus into the face of Raji. Is it enough to distract him? No. Raji's got enough hair on his face to deflect most of the poisonous concoction that was just spit into his face from one Wizard Boz. So he didn't get all of it. Oh, he tried to pick him up, but Raji's weight just was too much for him. And look at Raji now trying to put his feet on the ropes, and the referee said, nah, nah, nah. Wow, this referee's on it like a bonnet in this match. She is definitely not taking any crap in this match. Not from Coke, not from Spike Ryan, not from Raji. And now we've got slap fighting between these two, who we will undoubtedly see in a rivalry match next Tuesday on pay-per-view at Entanglement. It's just a matter of who's going to get the momentum going into the big pay-per-view blow-off match between these two. And here is the punching. Oh my God, they are hammering each other. And Boz wins out with a side slam. And now has a finisher locked and ready on Raji. Is he going to get his revenge from Oh, he did it again. Another coat of poison to the face of Raji. Did it soak into all of the hair on his face enough to get the win here, Boz? No. Still not enough. And Boz needed a stronger poison tonight, a stronger toxin as he uses his beak to help him with the match. Raji on googly legs right now. Duck under. Can Boz continue the offense? Hitting a back body drop on the big Raji. Oh, a super kick right to the face. And now Boz, where's he going? Well, Raji rolled out of the ring. The momentum has totally been in Boz's side now. Complete momentum shift here. Let's see if he can follow up. Clothesline in the corner. But Raji's right back up to his feet. Boz needs to hurry up on that top rope there. No, he missed. He just ass planted himself into the mat. Didn't get any of that. Oh my God, and he just ran into a brick wall. And now Raji had a finisher locked in, but Boz quickly up to his feet. And he's choking. Oh, he used his beak again, his witch doctor plague mask beak, to pop Raji in the face, and he busted him open. Did he get him? He got him. Look at that. The revenge of Wizard Boz after last Tuesday's squishing. We'll call it the squishing. Wizard Boz comes back and gets some revenge. And now we're ready for Boz versus Raji on pay-per-view next Tuesday for sure. We suddenly have... Wait, oh! What the heck is this? Okay, our cameras were not ready for this. Maggie and Celestia. Maggie in her regular clothes again, I guess. And look at this ambush. Celestia and Maggie Moore set to do tag team action tonight against Nate and Rogue. And look at this. FAFO was coming to the ring, and the numbers game got to look at Tad and his doll coming out here and ambushing Rogue and Nate before the match to get the upper hand, and they look very woozy. Are they going to try to continue this match despite that? Well, there you go. The bell didn't ring, so that's not a disqualification. It was technically before the match officially started, but man, the damage has been done by Tad Peters and his doll, his personal doll, attacking Nate and Rogue before this match could take place, softening them up so that Celestia and Maggie could get a cheap underhand in this thing. And this one's definitely going to break down next Tuesday at Entanglement. I'm just curious how this one's going to go, because we've seen this rivalry go on and on and on with Tad, Celestia, Maggie Moore, and the doll, and Nate and Nathan Moore and Rogue just continue to fight week after week as Nate tries to save his wife. Maggie Moore donned in her regular attire tonight and not in the typical Tad's curse attire. It really makes you wonder what is Eric Bischoff going to do to try and resolve this matter between these two factions next Tuesday. And look at Maggie going to town on her husband, Nathan Moore, double knees right to the breadbasket. She knows the injury spot, the surgery spot very well, better than anybody on the roster, and she targeted it already in this match, showing her evil intentions, as it looks like Tad is going to elect to allow his two newest dolls of his collection, Maggie and Celestia, do his bidding tonight against Nate and Rogue in this 2-on-2 tag match, who are certainly under his curse. And the curse is strong. It cannot be broken, apparently. At least not up to this point. Celestia now tagged in and now doing battle with Nathan Moore. Honestly, I don't know if Nate and Rogue should have continued with this match after getting ambushed by Tad and the doll before this thing started. They were already at a severe disadvantage, but that just goes to show the wherewithal of Nate and Rogue. They're not going to back down from a challenge, and they were scheduled to fight Maggie and Celestia tonight in tag action. They're not going to back down, even if the odds are against them. I think really what it comes down to is Nate and Rogue are going to have to find some backup. They need some teammates. Oh, what the hell was that from Nathan Moore? Are you serious? A Phoenix splash off the top rope to the outside of the ring onto his wife? Literally, where the hell did that come from? Are you serious right now? Good Lord. Back into the ring. I didn't even know Nathan Moore could even do that move, let alone outside of the ring. And Maggie awfully proud of herself, getting a little bit of camera time tonight as the rivalry between husband and wife continues, with Tad Peters laughing in the background. His evil plot continuing to blossom here in CPW as an extension of the Evil Dead Zone continues to run rampant across the land. And now Maggie continuing the assault on Nathan Moore. And there he goes. A side crossbody spear into the corner, followed by nothing. Maggie Moore sidesteps out of the way. And now Maggie telling Nate, come on, and bops him in the face with the double feets. Shades of Christian there. Nice standing drop kick. And now Maggie goes for the cover onto Nate, but he kicks out immediately. Using the rope to choke Nate out. And here, oh my God, he kicks her right in the face. The patented super kick, and boy, they've been kicking each other in the face ever since this rivalry started. Looks like we got a ref bump, courtesy of Celestia. So the referee's going to be down after taking the stray from Celestia. Now Rogue's backed up into the wrong side of town here. And here comes Maggie, dropping the very fresh Rogue to the back of his head, and Celestia is tagged back into the match. Once upon a time, she was the first ever CPW Women's Champion. And now she's getting face-busted by Rogue under the corrupted spell of one Tad Peters, who not only stole her clothing and has worn it ever since, but has now corrupted her to the point where she's basically a zombified version of her former self. You know, deep down inside. Oh, nice elevated Coke breaker onto Celestia, who steps out of the ring, and Nate immediately goes after his wife, stun gunning her to out of the ring. Tag made. Rogue's back in. And Celestia almost got the ref again, and there's a elevated leg drop. Celestia fires back. Arm drag. And Celestia up and over with a butterfly brainbuster as we get the cover. And Rogue's going to kick out of that one. Now deep down inside, both Celestia and Maggie Moore are both, you know, fighting to break through this dead zone curse. They don't want to be the lackeys of one Tad Peters and his evil, nefarious deeds anymore. They want to be their usual selves. They want to go back to normal, but fight and try as they may, the dead zone curse is just so strong. We've seen it happen to so many people over the years. Try as they may to break the curse off and get that virus out of their system. It takes something very strong to to get it out of their system so they can come back to normal again. And I don't know what it's going to take to rescue and free Celestia and Maggie, but it's going to take something. And look at this teamwork from Celestia and Maggie Moore here on Nate. He's got him up on the top ring rope here. Oh, double sidewalk slam out of the corner. As Maggie comes back in and drops the hammer on the back of Nate's head. And a cover in the corner, not into the ropes apparently. Referee calling a 1. We still have a few more matches left on our show tonight. Really appreciate everyone hanging out tonight and supporting the stream. Of course, if you are a real person and a real account and not a ViewBot account, since the running gag these days is for my channel to be ViewBotted, whether it's CPW or not. Here's one to the real ones out there watching and lurking in the background. Appreciate that. As Nate sends Maggie dunked out of the ring again. And oh my, whoa, Nathan Moore, what the heck is this? He decided to join the X division tonight. Apparently, second time in the match, he's dove out of the ring, showcasing some aerial ability. I guess Nathan Moore knows that next Tuesday is the equivalent of CPW's Valentine's Day event, and he's letting it all out on our go-home show because he knows something cooking between him and his wife next Tuesday on pay-per-view. Oh, my God. Oh, what the hell, Nate? He just cracked his wife's skull into the side of the steel ring post.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I don't know about that. I mean, the last match maybe, but damn, Nathan Moore cracking Maggie's skull into the steel post. I'm surprised he's still able to do really anything. Good Lord, she might have just got knocked unconscious. She might have a concussion for sure. Oh, Celestia comes back in and drops Nate. And here's the cover. I think, are we going to get a rogue save here? 1, 2, no. And look at the violence of Celestia. She wants to fight tonight. It's in her blood. Oh, she headbutted Nate and felt a little bit of that on the rebound. Here comes Celestia now off the top. Whoa, the 450 elbow drop. One of her patented maneuvers, even when she was women's champion. Isn't enough. 1, 2. Rogue is just hanging out outside the ring, just watching the match casually. Not sure what that's all about. But I can't believe Nate just powered out of the 450 elbow drop from Celestia. One of her patented moves right there. And he bops her in the side of the head, and Acai moonsault from Nathan Moore, but it doesn't hit anything. I think Rogue, maybe this is a game plan of Rogue to maybe wait outside the ring to see if Tad and the doll are going to come back. Nice move from Celestia again. A package snap suplex, and here comes Celestia again off the top. Oh, she tried to go for the big diving stompers, but no one's there. Off the ropes, Nate standing drop kick off the rebound. And knowing Tad Peters and his doll, you never know when they're going to pop back out. So maybe that is a good game plan for Rogue to cover the outside. The numbers game obviously against the two. And Nate and Celestia duking it out here. Oh. Nate rolls out of the way. And here comes the trifecta. Roll of the dice, 2. And here comes the third one on Celestia. And drops her on her face. And Maggie's, I think, needs to come in and make the save. Maggie. And another Acai moonsault from Nate onto Celestia. Right after the trifecta of dice rolls. He hit D30s on all 3 of them. AOL shout out for the win. Celestia in a bad way right here. We got a 4.5 match star rating, by the way. Knee to the middle of the back of Celestia. And here comes Nate. A fisherman's package suplex and a tag made. Maggie's back in. And going for the leg, but Nate saw it coming. Maggie was going to try to take the leg out from underneath Nate, but he says, I don't think so. Doing a good job of taking out both of the ladies. And a pedigree. A pedigree to Maggie Moore, and there's Celestia to make the save. Nate again, a side moonsault and connects on the back of Maggie Moore this time. And what's he going to do here? Lifting her up off the mat. Rogue again, just kind of locked in on the outside of the ring. Interesting game plan. Double drop kick to the side of the head. And a knee to the side of the face. Oh, man, nothing pretty about that. Just a good old-fashioned super kick from Nate to Maggie. Is this enough? No, she still powers out. Man, 5-star matchup right here. Let's see if Nate can seal it off. One more time, a pedigree onto Maggie Moore. No, she reversed it. Reversing the big finisher, one of the big finishers of Nathan Moore, saying, I don't think so, sitting him into the corner next to her partner, but Nate cuts it off. Spins her around, and he's going to go for the dice rolls again. There's a D30. There's a 2D30. And there's a 1D40. 3 in a row. Is Celestia going to come in and make the save? 1, 2. No, that's it. And somehow, some way, despite being ambushed by Tad Peters and his doll before the match, Nate and Rogue still get the win tonight, despite the odds.
And Rogue's two-man power trip.
Alright, cut the music. I got something to say, and it's about Linky and Connie again. Yeah, you can boo me all you want, but the words that are about to come out of my mouth.
Lizard.
Which, by the way, I have the Chad voice tonight. I hope it sounds great. As great as me, and as great as I am. Now let's talk about what happened last Tuesday when I was locked inside a steel cage with Connie. It wasn't a match at all. It was a trap that I set on the magical princess lady from another time in another land. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and boo me, but it's not gonna stop anything. I'm coming out here to say what I'm gonna say to Linky and his stupid little princess that doesn't belong here at CPW anyway. So I was locked inside a steel cage with her last Tuesday. And what were the options? Beat her down relentlessly, or her run away and escape, and keep her dignity, her sanity, and her bodily health intact. and she chose option 2. She didn't want to fight me. You'd notice if you watched that match last Tuesday, she struggled so hard as she tried to get out of that cage so quickly. I almost thought that it wasn't Legend of Zelda, it was Sonic the Hedgehog for a second. I turned around and the next thing I knew she was up and out of that cage and out of there. That just goes to show that she was afraid of me. She didn't want to be locked inside that cage with a dragon because she knew I was going to eat her up and spit her out and even poop her out. Maybe not as impressively as Raji, but very close to it. So that just proved to me that she was weak and she doesn't belong here. And that directs my attention to you, Linky, the so-called hero of CPW. Everyone wants to say that you're the big hero. Yeah, Broomy. What's next? You gonna add me to the list? You got another 37,000 people on that list.
You just made the list!
Yeah, see, I called it. You're so predictable. Sit down and shut up. You got your own person to worry about. Now listen to this. Aiden Gallagher the Dragon's got a nice little call for you, Linky. The hero, the so-called hero, you know what I think of you? You're a fake. You're not a hero, you're a ripoff. The only hero around here, as despicable as it is for me to say, is Grem. And boy, I just have like this terrible taste in my mouth by saying that. Grem is a hero. I should be the hero. I was the one that brought the Kappa Championship to prominence. I was the one that rose that division up into something serious by being a serious, legitimate competitor. And it's only a matter of time before I rise to another title belt. And Jess Moxley, you better shut your mouth too, shut your ass too, because maybe I'll come for the hardcore title and jam it right down your throat. I don't care, I'm shooting strays at everybody tonight because I'm so mad that Connie left the cage so quickly that, it's getting under my dragon scales right now as I speak. So you know what, Linky, I have been thinking about this and been letting this stew over all since last Tuesday. I've been thinking about this. We have the pay-per-view coming up next Tuesday. It's called Entanglement. Last year is all about men versus women, and under normal circumstances, it would probably be you against Connie one-on-one, just in a healthy little la-dee-da match that no one gives two craps about. But you know what? I'm thinking about laying something down on you that even you can't deny. Despite Connie running away from me in the match and proving her colors that she's nothing but a little coward that belongs to go back into the lands of Hyrule where she belongs, I think that she actually wears the pants in your relationship, Linky, because you're nothing but a fraud. I bet that Hyrulean shield is made out of plastic and you bought it from Dollar General down by the corner. You don't even have a true Master Sword. It's made out of PVC. You're nothing but a cosplayer that I saw at San Diego Comic-Con last year. You're not a hero, you're a fake. And I'm out here to prove it, and next Tuesday I'm gonna do just that. Because I'm laying down a challenge. Because I actually think, as much as I hate Connie and I despise her and think she doesn't belong here, I think she's actually more of a hero than you ever have been. So how about this, Linky? Let me spit some more facts at you right here. How about next Tuesday at Entanglement? Pay-per-view, PLE, whatever you want to call it. Let's have ourselves a triple threat match. Me versus you versus Connie. How do you like that? Unless you're too afraid to go against your little magical princess because she's gonna show you up for the little stupid idiot that you are. And that entices me because not only can I choke her out and send her packing once and for all like she should have been, but then I can show and prove to the entire world that Linky is nothing but a fake, a farce. And in this universe, after I'm done with you next Tuesday, if you have the balls to accept, or should I say the magical potions to accept, or the bombs to accept, the way wrong universe doesn't really matter. After I'm done with you next Tuesday, they're not gonna call you Linky anymore. They're gonna call you Lonky. Ha 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 ha. So what do you say? Accept?
The following is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Anaheim, California, the Gladiator, Diamond!
What?
I suck!
And her opponent from Boston, Massachusetts, Julie!
All right, here we go. We've got a very crazy matchup, almost like fantasy booking here, as we have Julie, the old veteran, probably one of the biggest veterans on the entire women's roster. She's basically the standard bearer. If you want to prove yourself as being a legitimate women's athlete here at CPW, you got to get through Julie. She's the gatekeeper for sure. She's been around longer than anybody that's active on the roster. She's been there, done that, and had a bag of potato chips at that. If there's one woman on the roster that I don't think anybody would really bat an eye about winning the women or the World Heavyweight Championship, I think it would be Julie. I think most people would be like, okay, it's about time. That's how Julie is regarded here in this universe and CPW and other multiverses in the past. But here we have a new and rising face who debuted in the Croakitoad Rumble match several weeks ago. Her name's Diamond, former American Gladiators contestant, and she has made it here to CPW, and she is on an undefeated streak here in singles action. Obviously, she didn't win the Rumble match, but she made her debut there and has been on a winning streak ever since, defeating big names like Lucinda, who is the supposed #1 contender for the women's title right now. Oh, big move from Diamond off the top to the outside, but Julie caught her. And also picking up a big and impressive win over Goddess Dawn last Tuesday. She's also another grizzled veteran when it comes to the women's roster. So Diamond, like her or hate her, the crowd seems to be kind of split when she comes out to the ring. Maybe she's a little too vanilla for a lot of people. Maybe she's a little too hero for a lot of people. I don't know, but some people like her, some people don't. But nevertheless, she is definitely on a winning streak in singles action. You can't take that away from her. And she can pull off a win here over Julie tonight. That'll just be huge. A huge notch on her belt for sure, as Julie resets the outside count back to 1 again here in this standard rules matchup. And yeets her across the ringside area. We are closing in on the last couple of matches of tonight's go-home show before Entanglement. I think pretty much every title division has been represented tonight in some form or fashion in terms of plot and storyline function, besides the World Heavyweight title and the Women's title, which kind of go hand in hand right now in this time frame, and of course the television title, as we have not seen anything from Hype or Feats yet in their ongoing rivalry that has also involved Buttons and Chalk. But I'm sure we're going to be seeing something as it pertains to that next Tuesday on the pay-per-view slash PLE. And here comes Diamond now, trying to keep up the offensive. Elevating Julian, dropping her face first into the mat, going for the cover. And Goddess, not Goddess Dawn, but Diamond hitting the somersault on Prettier there. The shout out to Miles Wildmore, of all people on the roster. Still very questionable why she's using Miles' as finishing maneuver there. I'm sure there's a story to that. We just haven't been told it. And speaking of Miles Wildmore, at the tip-top part of the show, we saw him collaborating, commiserating, bloviating with one Azarain on top of the ambulance as Diamond hits an inverted Frankensteiner. But Julie continues to kick out of everything Diamond throws at her. We didn't get to hear what the conversation was about, and I feel like part of that is a good thing because there's no telling what they were conversing about. Two maniacs, psychotic maniacs like that, there's no telling what their plan is. Here comes Julie. Ooh, a high knee right to the face. That's a good way to break someone's nose right there. Julie has had enough and is trying to come back with some offense now. And Julie with a low drop kick to the back. And just a couple of kicks and a couple of stomps as Diamond rolls out of the ring. Julie meeting Diamond with a standing drop kick as we're back outside the ring again. Gonna let this ring out count go up. Just gotta be careful not to let it get to that 10 count, or it's gonna end just like Chain and Chrono did earlier tonight in a very disappointing fashion. It's good for one person and not quite so good for the other one. Diamond smacking into the steel ring steps as Julie coming back into the ring on a 7 count and resets the count. Oh, she's going up top. Oh, she's going to go for it. Oh, look at that. Top rope hurricanrana from Julie to the outside of the ring. Wouldn't expect anything less from her. And yeets Diamond by her arm, resetting the outside count in the process of showcasing her high-flying ability. And Julie guiding Diamond back into the ring. And she's going to go up top here, maybe looking for Swan. No, she went for a splash. I was thinking maybe she was going for a patented Swanton. Decides against it, goes for a splash into a cover onto Diamond here. 1-2, almost getting it. And that would have been Diamond's first singles loss here in CPW. Here comes Julie now. Uh-oh, triangle choke. Oh, she's got the triangle choke on Diamond. And she's applying the pressure, and look at that. Diamond is just tapped. Diamond is just tapped courtesy of Julie. And Diamond meets her first singles loss in CPW to the old gatekeeper of the women's division. Julie has done it.
is a tag team match set for one fall.
All right, here it is coming up. Our main event of the evening. We saw and heard from Spinny earlier. We are going straight to our main event tonight. What do we have in store for this?
And her partner, representing the good guys, from Louisville, Kentucky, weighing in at 232 pounds, Grem.
This town is full of pizza. How can you sit there and eat monster meat?
From Louisville, Kentucky, the Women's Wrestling Champion, Ashterial. And representing the corporation from Norman, Oklahoma, weighing in at 255 pounds, the Boss.
Well, it's kind of weird how 2026 has turned around and we have Thaddius back in the main event spotlight again. What the hell is going on? If you had asked me that Thaddius was going to be actually more so himself than his own corporate champion Domino, being so far involved into the world heavyweight title hunt, I would be completely astonished by that statement. But here he is with a singles win over Cassidy Ryan. Of course, Cassidy Ryan gained it back. And then Thaddius took the L last Tuesday as well. as we have the age-old rivalry of Ashterial and Spinny to start off our main event tag team match. As Spinny said in the promo, these two went at each other's throats for one whole hour inside a Hell in a Cell match, broke every panel in the structure, and had match of the year 2025 here at CPW. And so they are no strangers to one another and find themselves in this really interesting conundrum when it comes to Cassidy Ryan's World Heavyweight title right now. Of course, we saw Spinny take on Thaddius and Ashterial in a three-way match, and Spinny actually got the win, showing that she is more than just silence, as she came out here and talked and added a little bit of trash talk to it to try to prove her doubters wrong. But she, like many other superstars on the roster, just prefers to let her ring skills and her ring ability do most of the talking for her. And quite often it actually suffices. But she is the 2026 Croakitoad Royal Rumble winner. She's got that trip to the big one against the World Heavyweight Champion. But it seems like all these other cast of characters involved in this match, with their own side stories involved that they bring along with them, also have decided to stake a claim and put a stake into Cassidy Ryan's World Heavyweight title stake. Whether it be Ashterial and Spinny's history with one another, or Thaddius bringing the whole corporate sub-story along with him, and the shenanigans that could follow with that. Whether you have Grem and Ashterial being husband and wife, now you have that added to this entire subplot. You've got Cassidy Ryan, who has been kind of the silent character in this thing. Oh my God, and we may have a ring out count. Ashterial coming back and big booty Spinny in the face, reverse Irish whip into the ring. And where is Spinny going? Uh-oh, get the ring. All right, there we go. Match will continue. This one almost ended before it could even start. But despite and through all of this, Cassidy Ryan, our world champion, has been probably the quietest person out of everybody. I think he is just astonished that everyone has suddenly took notice of him as world heavyweight champion. And really, I mean, what is he going to say? Every single person in this match has a win over him in non-title matches. So it's kind of hard for him to really say anything to defend himself, but I'm sure he will find and figure something out. I mean, it's Cassidy Ryan after all. As we get the teamwork from the boss and the women's champion Ashterial. Thaddius leaving the ring, not sure why. And here comes Spinny now, up and over, and look at the power of Spinny, able to hoist up the old man Thaddius, the owner of the company, and powerbomb him into the ring mat. We have not seen the any in-ring action from Grem yet. Still waiting to be tagged in. As Thaddius and Ash isolate Spinny, working together here. I don't think they're really allies in any regard. I mean, we know Ashterial and Tad Peters used to be former tag team champions. They were both, or maybe are both members of the Dead Zone, but I don't think Thaddius and his son Tad have a very close relationship right now. Maybe he just recognizes that she's allies with his son, and that's fair enough, but there you go. But here comes Zazarus now, Grem and Ash now in the ring, and Thaddius makes the save for his partner. And just like Nathan Moore and Maggie Moore, now we have husband-wife situations going on here just in time for the Valentine's Day pay-per-view here at CPW coming up next Tuesday. And Ashterial headbutting Grem and then launching him in the air with a backdrop. And now she's going to go to the top rope. Ashterial looking to capitalize on Grem. Is it going to happen? Big axe handle right on top of the big googie head of Grem. And he rolls out of the ring. She follows suit. He tried for an enziguri, but she sidesteps out of the way. Gets him with the go behind and a full Nelson slam. Out here in the Tuesday Toxic Fields. Ash has got the legs and has the elevated inverted cloverleaf applied to Grem on the outside of the ring. Almost like she's suffocating his smile into the Toxic Fields here at ringside. Back into the ring again. Another near close call on the ring out count here on our main event of the evening. She shoots a half, rolls him over, and Spinny's there to make the save for Grem. And Grem rolls out of the way, gets the rear waist lock, spins her around, hoists her up, and Ashterial slips out and hits a DDT. And Ash has got him up. And here comes the rear naked choke that she's known for. She's won so many matches with it. She's going to choke out her own husband here. Grem is fighting for his life. The smile is trying its hardest to stay as a smile, and he is able to escape it. And Grem fires back with his own move, dropping the elbow down onto Ash. That rear naked choke of Ashterial is so deadly. So many people have tapped out to that thing. And here comes the well-needed tag from both sides of the ring here in our main event. Thaddius back in, bringing the old school wrestling style to the forefront here in our main event. Honestly, I think if Thaddius preferred, he'd just much rather have Domino being a representative of his in this match. And here comes Thaddius. Oh, below the belt. Man, woman, monster, creature, child, it doesn't matter. Thaddius is going to go below the belt and hit the low blow on no matter who it is. If it will benefit him getting a win in a wrestling match, he doesn't care. But obviously, Spinny didn't fall for that one. And here comes the old school classic figure 4 leg lock. Dead center of the ring on Spinny, putting the pressure on her kneecaps. And Grem is in to make the save before Spinny can tap out and end this thing. Thaddius moving over to make a tag to Ashterial. And, oh, Ashterial doing what she does, being creepy and half creepy, half witchy, half undead, half vampire, half seductress. I don't know. Just roll them all up in a ball, and you have Ashterial on top of the gothic goth girl subcategory, and that's Ashterial for you. Once again, performing those deeds to her biggest arch rival here in CPW. And Ash winning out on the exchange here on Spinny, firing away. A headbutt knocks her down, and she's going to go for the backdrop again. And a whip into the corner. Ash going to follow suit. Here comes the tag team work of one Ashterial and Thaddius the Boss. Double hip toss. And Spinny's going to roll out to create some separation again. There have been definitely some very close calls on the ring out counts tonight. And man, the stories, the plots, and the feuds and rivalries going into next Tuesday are going to be stacked. There's going to be so many rivalry matches for title belts or otherwise next Tuesday. It's going to be a very stacked card, and that card will be released later tonight after we're done with this main event. Obviously, more rivalries were more prominent tonight in stories than others. We don't have enough time to fill in for every single thing on the show, but man, there is stuff happening all across the board here in CPW. As Thaddius has got the STF applied on Spinny. Look, he's like trying to pop her head off, but she hangs on and does not tap. And here comes Thaddius now, staying on the attack. Obviously using those metal knee braces to his advantage when he can. Ashterial now tagged back in. I feel like Grem really needs to make a tag here. Nice reverse into the German suplex from Spinny, and looks like she might actually take that advice. As here comes the first ever World Heavyweight Champion of CPW, Grem, to combat his wife one more time here in this match into an inside-out Boston Crab, looking to make her tap out. The pressure applied to her lower back, but she's going to fight out of the submission hold and knock Grem off of that. And now a series of attacks, flurries, as she backs away and makes a tag. Thaddius back in again. And now we have the Boss against the first ever world champion. As Grem fires away, hits a roll-up and then a kick to the face. And Thaddius rolls out of the ring again. Great match here. 4 stars so far. Spinny's back in. Off the rope she goes. And he tried to catch her with that tilt-a-whirl side slam. And Spinny counters with the dragon suplex. No bridge, but then she covers anyway. I think Ash might be coming in to make the save. It doesn't matter if Thaddius kicks out. Very close call there. 4.5 on the match rating scale. We're going to get 5 stars on our main event of the evening here. And Thaddius counters the attempted tag of Spinny and locks her up. Vertical suplex and into the Falcon Arrow. He calls the Pissinator. That's an old school AOL reference right there from the good old golden days. Grem comes in and makes the save. And now Thaddius is going to move over and make a tag. Ashterial back in. Nice running elevated leg drop onto Spinny while she's down. Rolls her over. And a couple of feet to the side of the head, right into the eardrum. Ouchie, ouch, ouch. Ashterial hoisting Spinny up to her feet, but she counters with a jawbreaker. And let's see if Spinny can capitalize, throwing Ash into the corner. Up to the top we go. Uh-oh, what are we going to get here? Spinny is looking to cook. Here we go, a superplex pop. No, she's going to go for that top rope brainbuster into the turnbuckle pad. Oh, my God. Spikes her skull into the top pad, and Thaddius is there to make the save. And Spinny sending Ash into the top left corner next to her husband, and a tag made. Spinny tagging in Grem, and now he's going to once again meet up with his SO here. Double suplex by Spinny and Grem onto the women's champion. And Ash is going to win out on the running clothesline, taking Grem down. And she's got her forearm right over the googie face of Grem. 1-2, almost gets it there. And there's Agent CS popping back up into the arena somewhere, probably choking somebody out backstage and stealing their clothes. As Grem gets whipped over into Ash's corner next to Thaddius. And here comes Grem. Pizza roll on Ashterial. And right into the roll of Thaddius not coming in to make the save. No, he sat there and watched it. And Grem will pick up the win, rolling up his own wife here at our main event, heading into Entanglement next Tuesday.
Here are your winners, Spinny and Grem.
What was Thaddius thinking? He was right there and he just let it happen. What the hell, dude? What the hell, man? He just let his own partner get rolled up. And I guess that goes to show they might have been allies tonight, but at the grand scheme of things, Thaddius is always in it for himself. But wait a minute, we're not done. Hold that thought, because guess what? Cassidy Ryan is coming out. And we are getting some spoilers here, but that's okay, because guess what? You're getting a behind the scenes look of the celebration. There's Spinny heading back to the ring, but she gets knocked by Cassidy Ryan, the World Heavyweight Champion, after the match is over. And at the end of the day, it's all about this man right here, our world champion. And after the match, he is assaulting Spinny. And look at that, posing to the crowd. Cassidy Ryan doesn't care about that match. That just said, wait, this can't be a match. That was our main event. This is unsanctioned. Don't get ahead of yourself there, referee. This is a brawl to end off our show right here. The world champion squaring off with the Rumble winner, Spinny. After a win alongside Grem, everyone else already went backstage. Spinny was coming back out here to pose to the fans one last time before the end of the show, and here comes the world champion like a vulture to scoop up the remains. And this is not going to be an official match. We're going to get some security out here and break this thing up. But look at Cassidy Ryan. You could consider this basically the show is over, and this is just for the fans here in the building, I guess you could say. But that will do it for tonight. We can't let this match be free on pay-per-view. Who do you think we are, WCW? You're going to have to wait for pay-per-view for this one, boys. But thank you everyone so much for tuning in tonight as we end it here on a big teaser. Oh yeah.